Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? This is Amanda. This is now the fourth attempt to do this video for you. I am determined to bring it through. It's not the easiest video to do, okay? But it is one that very much needs doing, and I'm doing it from the right place. I'm going to try and stay as neutral as I possibly can, which actually is quite easy, funnily enough, for this video. Because I don't have a great deal of affection, or let's just say that. I don't have a great deal of affection for either side of the bird's wings. Do you understand what I'm trying to say with regards to that? I believe that when we look at politics, although we're also going to be looking at your general energy in the USA, not just the leaders, the micro and the macro, but certainly we're going to look at some of the political leaders as well, but on both sides of the fence. I believe that the left wing and the right wing both belong to the same bird. And I believe that the wings on that bird are both drooping and both in need of considerable healing, whoever basically takes the helm. I feel as though the whole bird is diseased. Now, the question is whether the bird can be brought back to life. The bird is the political system, or whether it's going to be a completely new animal that wants to come in. So let's try to stay as respectful to each other as possible. And remember that on my channel, we have people of all political persuasions and many, many different countries around the world. But I did want to honour USA and the fact that you're going through a Pluto return at the moment. It's going to be going on for some time. The changes to come in your country are not going to be happening overnight. But I want to try and give some steerage in terms of where I feel as though you're heading, where you are now, and give you some tools which can help you through the days, the weeks, the months, and the years to come. Because a lot of what is to come in USA is linked into generational change. So it's going to come in from a big wave of new souls to incarnate there. But that's not to say that those of you that are already there and those of you that have been doing the work for a long time are not also playing a very valuable part, okay? I believe, and I feel as I need to state this at the outset, that in terms of awakening and enlightenment on a planet of duality, you need all players on the field. And however you categorize those players in terms of light and dark, white hats, black hats. I don't use that terminology myself, but I know many people do. Good guys, bad guys. You need all players on the field to play the game. And the game that we're going through at the moment on Mother Earth, and in particular in USA, because that's where I'm focused today, is to get us out of a duality, separation and division mindset to a unified one. That's where our planet wishes to go. It's where Mother Earth and Gaia is going. The choice is whether humanity wishes to come with her, because she's going to go there anyway, with or without us. I think it will be with us, but equally we can make the transition a lot easier if we let go of our prejudice, our intolerance, and our inability to listen to each other, okay? So yes, in this video, I'm going to read on Biden, Harris, Trump. I'll also look at two of the rising stars as I see it. And this is purely just based on the people that are hitting the news in other countries than your own, which shows that they're getting the media space, which probably shows that they're on a course to do something. And that will be, I'm going to look at Ron DeSantis and also Gavin Newsom. If anybody else comes through or comes up, then we'll look at them as well. But before we do any of that, I'd like to just set the scene in terms of where I feel that you are at the moment in your country. You know that you're going through, as I say, a Pluto return. And this morning I was drawn to pull a rune for the USA. Not something that I tend to use that often on my videos, but this was calling today. In fact, they'd been out on my balcony. I've got a beautiful set of black onyx runes. It's another divination tool if you've never heard of runes. They're very ancient. Somebody gave these to me. And yeah, they've been out on my balcony just being cleansed in sunlight, moonlight, etc. And I brought them in yesterday, and this particular rune fell out of my hand on top of a unit and then rolled behind the unit and then rolled on carpet all the way, quite a distance, until it just landed face up. So it couldn't have been more in your face in terms of this has a message. Now, those of you that read runes know what it is, but for those that don't, this is the rune that is it's called Dagas. I don't know if you pronounce it that way, Dagaz, and it's to do with rebirth. It's to do with taking a person, a country, a thing from a state of from a state of ignorance, being unawakened, an energy of fear, to a place of awakening. It's the enlightenment path. But it is very much linked into having to face what you don't want to face, basically, as a country. So I did find a little bit more about it on here. Yeah, it's the dark night of the soul, basically. And it's to do with the country needing to find the courage to walk an unknown path. It's a rite of passage, and it's also about moving from a place of ignorance and terror to a place of sovereignty and strength and freedom. That word freedom seems to be very much something that Americans talk about, as though America is the only land that has freedom. But I know that those of you that travel outside of your country, you know that it exists in other places as well. But its light has been dimming across the globe for many reasons, for many years. So the fight back for freedom is something that is universal in all countries. And something that's worth fighting for, obviously. So I also pulled a couple of cards off camera. Well, to be honest, this is the fourth attempt at trying to do this video, so I've had a few cards out, but it just wasn't flowing the way I wanted it to. But I want to show you two cards that came out from a deck called Becoming Dragon. I'll put all of the decks below. Which is it's a deck which explores axes, dualistic axes. Let me show you. So for USA, we've got the energy of voice and choked. Okay, so it's the mouth, which is the speech, communication, choked, or being able to express yourself. We also have the energy of self, deception, and truth. Both red energies, both very tied into base chakra wounding, survival, health, material wealth, everything that is covered off by the base chakra. It feels as though there's a strong energy with this card of bullying, because the voice here feels as though it's highlighting, shouting over others, not wanting to listen. It's actually the opposite. It's almost the opposite energy of being choked. It's almost as though there are so many voices, all saying different things, all trying to say it louder, that people don't know what to believe anymore. We also have here a very small proportion of the collective consciousness who are holding on to truth, whereas as opposed to a larger group who are more ensconced in an energy of self-deception. Now, there's a tightrope here as well on this card. I think the important thing to remember here about truth is that my work with Metatron, the way that I've always been guided by my guides, is that this group here, it's not the people who are shouting everybody else down in terms of my truth is the only truth. And this would absolutely also apply to fundamental religion. a lot of fundamental Christians who will shout you down, who will shout me down, you know, for daring to have, for example, a painting of Jesus on my wall beside a picture of Metatron and Archangel Azrael. It's like, you know, all of that. So it's not that type of truth, which is my truth is the only truth and you're wrong. This group that's holding this beautiful little nugget of gold that's going to grow are the people that are open to all truths, who are able to sit in the circle that John Lennon and JFK showed us on my channel a couple of years ago, sitting in circle together next to the person that you might not like, you might not even like what they say, but you respect the fact they have a right to say it. And you don't storm out of the room because they've got a different opinion of you. So that's sort of a very central energy that I'm picking up right at the start. I think I'd like to pull a card in terms of angels and ancestors around your country at this time. So as we start this video, let's just ask Archangel Metatron to be with us. And let's ask for peace and healing for your country. Let's ask for a growing level of consciousness and tolerance for different opinions, for the voices that are shouting so loudly to cease, so that people can actually hear and listen to each other. Also for minority groups, I'm hearing, to be able to have their voices heard in a way that is respectful, but not at the expense of other people's voices being squashed. Amen. Okay. Right, let's see. So USA, what energies have we got at play? I feel as though there's a heightened energy here of stimulants as well. I'm drinking coffee, okay, so I'm a good one to talk. In fact, I need my coffee. Let me just have a glug. But I am picking up the energy of stimulants, a lot stronger than coffee. Drugs, stimulants, anything to take one away from a present reality. I'm also being shown, I don't know if I can say this on my video without my video getting flagged, so apologies if you're not watching me or listening to me. I'm just using 2 letters. I know it's ridiculous to have to do this, but those letters, a lot of that coming in. Why is that a stimulant? Because people are wanting to go off into virtual realities and escape. It's titillating, stimulating. I can be an avatar. I can be this person. God, do you know, I'm on Instagram and I do have an avatar, to be honest, but I just do it for a bit of fun. My daughter's made it for me. And sometimes when I don't want to show a picture of myself, I put my avatar up and I post something. But yesterday I looked at it. You can buy bloody designer outfits for your avatar now. So if my avatar wants to be dressed in Gucci or God knows what, you know, I have to pay the great god Meta £5 for the luxury of this cartoon character of myself to wear it. I literally at that point, I said to my daughter, I said, has the whole world gone bloody crazy? Yes, of course. But anyway, stop the rant, Amanda. But, you know, this is where we're heading. There's a lot of stuff in America at the moment that is just so unhealthy and so toxic. And what do we do with that, Metatron? Answer the call to stop it, I guess. Well, let's get back to centre. Sorry, I just deviated a little bit there. But I feel as though it's important to say that because I feel as though a lot of people are not able to express that, which is that where the hell is this all leading? You know, what this whole virtual reality, do we really want that? No. And you've got a lot of very powerful people in your country who are leading the charge towards it. So we have to counter that with other people leading the charge to be in the present moment and to open your eyes and see the beautiful day out there and breathe the air and all the rest of it. On the bottom of the deck, we had Guardian Angel before I shuffled, but we've also got the energy of Sky Father, which in this deck is the energy of God, okay? It says trust in the unknown, and we've got the eagle there, okay? So we've got the eagle for America. Sky Father, trust in the unknown. You're being asked to trust, USA, you're being asked to trust. And I know that's very difficult at the moment because everything just feels as though it's crashing and burning. And there is so much separation, so much division, but trust in the unknown. God is watching over, trying to steer the ship. Let's have one more card that goes with that. It's a beautiful card. I'm sure that came out last time when I looked at USA, which was 2 years ago now. Let's have a look. Well, there's lots of guides, of course, over the great country, but let's just see what wants to come out today. USA. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely. We've got Father God. Don't get triggered by the fact I say Father God. It could be Mother God, but it's Father God in this deck. But I felt there was then a female energy to balance it. And it is. It's the female and masculine axes. We have Wise One, and it's the Wise Woman, and it's the crow. My God, crow medicine, crow energy everywhere, coming up big time also around the eclipses. Crow, wisdom, listen to your elders, listen to the indigenous ones, grow within your current situation. Take this dark night of the soul energy, take the dark night of the soul energy that your country's going through at the moment and all the disruption and learn from it. Find the wisdom within the journey. Be guided by the energy of the owl, the eagle and the crow. 3 birds. Got Bob Marley here, 3 little birds. I saw 3 little birds yesterday on the roof over there. Bob Marley, for those of you that don't know, I channel Bob Marley. Okay, well, I only done it once, but he wants to come back. Bob Marley's got something to say here with regards to America. I know he was Jamaican, but I've got the Bob Marley energy as well. 3 little birds. And for those of you that don't know Bob Marley, who doesn't know Bob Marley? But his song 3 Little Birds is all about everything is going to be all right, okay? In fact, I've even got, this is not for sale, this is just something we did a few years ago. It is going to come back, but we've got on here, don't worry about a thing, because every little thing is going to be all right. And we've got the 3 birds for America. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, right. I need to keep the vibe light, by the way, to do this reading. Otherwise, we're just going to be going... It's going to get so heavy when we start to look at some of these people. So let's keep it light, guys. Let's keep it light. Right, anything else to say before I move on? Let's pull a symbol for USA. This is a lovely deck from a lady called Alison De Nicola. It's called Auspicious Symbols. And she sent this to me, actually. It's a nice gift I received in the summer. Let's see what symbols are there to help at this time for USA as well. And then we're going to start pulling cards on some of these people who are only representatives of you anyway, but we'll get to that in a minute. Right, symbol first. Symbol for USA, okay. I Ching. I Ching delivers luck and special answers to your questions about the future. Card number 7, the I Ching. I don't know much about the I Ching, to be perfectly honest, so I need to go to the book at this point. Card number 7. Well, it's luck. It's good. So you've got good luck. You need that. Good luck coming your way. The I Ching is defined as the Book of Changes and is a Chinese system of divination. A popular version of the I Ching uses 3 bronze coins, which are cast or dropped 6 times. Okay, so the message. It signifies a shift in the way that you view change and your ability to anticipate it. The Book of Changes assures us that change is the only reliable constant. When we are prepared by noticing the shifting sands of our experiences, we can be proactive and prepared for what lies ahead. The I Ching tells us that by looking through the lens of probability, we can begin to see the patterns that are unfolding. It feels as though number one, it's a good luck energy for your country, but equally it's also saying that the people, whereas before the collective energy, certainly 2 years ago, felt so fixed and like, you know, not going to budge, it feels as though there's more flexibility and fluidity coming in. Probably because everything is falling down. Everything's crashing and burning. Not just in your country, you know, our country's in chaos as well. I'm in the UK. Those of you that have watched my UK read, it's got even worse in the last couple of days. We've now got claims of scuffling and bullying and people literally forcing members of their own party to go into the lobby to vote on something. I mean, it's just beyond ridiculous at this point. So, you know, wherever you're watching this, all of the systems, the bird, remember, the two wings, they're flopping all over the place. The whole system is up for renewal. So remember, though, that God is watching over the process. You are the wise one. We also have the wise one and the elders amongst us. And the wise one, of course, is also Mother Earth herself. Right. Let's pull some cards now then on some of these characters and what characters they are. Because they represent aspects of us, okay? I had to really, let me just have a glug of coffee. I had to really bite my tongue over the last 2 years. Maybe a bit before that, because do you remember there was all that energy of Trump being a light worker. Now, I'm not saying he's not a light worker, because what I feel is that all of the players on the field are light workers. But it was just so dualistic and separatist in its energy, which is just that only this one camp is, without appreciating that, as I said, for awakening to happen, for enlightenment to come into a country, you need all players on the field. Everybody's actually working for the same goal, believe it or not, from a higher perspective. I know not everyone might understand that, but if you've watched my Violet Pill videos before, my duality playlist, you will start to get an understanding of it. That you need the light and the dark to bring about the change. For awakening to happen. Otherwise, what are you awakening from? What are you fighting against to bring something better in? Anyway, let's look now at some of these people. I'd actually quite like to start with somebody new that I know nothing about other than what he looks like. Let's start with Ron DeSantis. I think he's a Republican. Am I right? I think so. Let's have a look. Ron DeSantis. I want to see what his birth date is. I know what he looks like. Okay, there he is. For people that don't know in other countries, that's what he looks like. He's getting quite a lot of attention outside of your country. I've certainly heard of him. He's one of the few that I have heard of. So he's the 46th governor of Florida. He is born on the 14th of September. He's 44. Oh, you see, he's younger. And take it away from politics. Is it not obvious that maybe people in their 80s have not got the same faculties that they'd had in their 40s? And I'm sorry, because I know some of you are in your 80s that follow me. My dad is 80, bless him. He's great. He's brilliant. But he'd be the first to say he's finding it difficult now. We have to appreciate that as we get older, our mental faculties are not as they were. I personally think if we're going to have a new political system to come into being across our world, we need to have representatives who are a bit younger. Yes, the elders absolutely have their place, but you know, when you start to maybe lose your faculties a bit, or you just haven't got the physical stamina. I mean, I don't think I'd have the physical stamina for their job, you know, going all around the world and dropping here, dropping there, and, you know, exhausting. So anyway, he's 44. He's born on the 14th of September. 14 is an energy which links into the Aquarian age, actually, because its colour, the colour that goes with 14 is turquoise. It's usually somebody who's very good at the modern technologies. And in that I would include the internet, showing my age here, but you know, new technologies. Right, let's pull some cards on Ron then. Let's just... Ron. I like the name Ron, it's sort of warm, isn't it? By the way, I will just say before I pull any cards on anybody, if I was in your country now, I wouldn't even know who to vote for. I really wouldn't, because my view is the bird is pretty much far gone, but equally I don't want to be totally cynical, so I guess you'd have to vote for somebody, but I don't hold any of these, I don't hold left or right in great esteem in any country at the moment, I'm afraid, so... Okay, Ron DeSantis. Which deck does he want? Okay, he wants that deck. He wants the Spirits. Oh God, he wants the Spirit Song Tarot deck, which has a more youthful feel to it, actually. Okay, Ron DeSantis. Let me just. Where's his picture? Just need to see his picture. Yeah. Have to be, it's quite interesting, this particular picture of him. I know he's obviously a, is he a Republican? Yeah. But he's got a blue shirt, a blue suit and a red tie. Yeah, when I first saw him, I wasn't too sure. But I heard him speak recently and I thought, doesn't sound too bad actually. But anyway, let's have a look. It was just what he said on... No, I won't even say what it was about. It doesn't matter. Okay. Ron DeSantis. Show me his energy, please, Spirit. The Two of Shells, union and harmony. Shells, I think, is the suit of cups in this deck. Let me just double check that. Yeah, cups. Two turtle doves. Union, harmony. The Ten of Shells, the card of blessings and well-being. Is he born? Very watery. What did I say? His is he a water sign? He's got a lot of water around him anyway. September. Does that make him a Virgo? Anyway, let's keep focused. Ron DeSantis. One more card for his energy, please. Ron DeSantis. I'm picking up an energy with him that he feels as though he genuinely cares about what he's saying and about people. I feel as though he's coming from his heart. We've got the King of Acorns. He is a king. He is a potential contender. Well, he's already the governor of Florida, which I guess is quite a big deal. But I feel as though he could go higher. King of Acorns, King of Pentacles. He's got a lot of, I don't know, there's a youthful energy with him. There's a can-do attitude I'm hearing. There's these cards are optimism, innovation. He's got some ideas. You might not like the ideas, but he's got some ideas. I'm feeling, what's on the bottom of the deck? I'm feeling quite positive energy here. We've got the Six of Acorns, success and triumph. Followed by the Knight of Feathers, action and focus. And then the Page of Feathers, exploration and discovery. Do young people like him a lot? Or I feel as though I feel as though young people resonate with him. That's interesting. There's that sound of that shout you might hear in a minute. I've got a school at the top of my road. There's some lads just about to walk down the road who are shouting. I feel as though he commands, he's more interesting to the youth. He can capture the youth vote is what I want to say. Okay, show me his flaws. We'll do this for everybody. Show me the energy of his flaws. Show me his flaws. He'll have one because everyone has one. Ron DeSantis, show me his flaws. Keeps them well hidden, whatever they are. It's not wanting to come out. Show me his flaws. Three of Feathers, release and recovery. He's not very good at letting things go. He takes things personally. Release and recovery. He takes things personally. It's interesting. I'm not meaning to be personal about him, but I have to say what I get. When I first saw him ever, I found his skin quite compelling. That sounds really creepy, guys. More that it looked a bit, oh, just spit it out, Amanda. It looked a bit orange and a bit, I'm in the UK, we're all pale and pasty over here. It looked a bit, you know, my daughter fake tans. So it looked a bit like a fake, and I'm now talking about his skin. So it's almost like his skin, not rubbery, thick. He's got like a thick set skin and complexion and jawline, but I'm actually feeling as though he's actually quite thin-skinned, and he takes things quite personally, and he finds it very hard to let go. But equally, it's interesting, that butterfly, or moth, but I'm viewing it's a butterfly, is very similar to the rune, the Degas rune, which is to do with the rebirth of a nation. I feel as though he's got his part to play with regards to the rebirth of USA, and I feel as though he's going to be more of a major player going forward. I think definitely watch this space. Could he be a future president? Let's just ask that question. Could he be a future president? Ron DeSantis. Could he be a future president? We've got the Page of Feathers, exploration and discovery. He's taking tentative steps towards that, is what I'm hearing. But it feels as though there are some alligators in the swamp that don't want him there, that don't want him to get that result, But there is an energy definitely of, I feel as though he's trying to build himself up to that position. Not quite yet there, but trying to build himself up. That's what I want to say about Ron DeSantis. Okay, we might come back to him if he gains more power in the future. Okay, let's now move on and look at somebody else. Who shall we look at? Let's look at Gavin Newsom. I'm going to look at the new ones first. I know they're not new to you, but they're new to me. I've never read on them, and I literally know nothing about them really, so it's just completely just going in blind. Gavin Newsom is a Democrat. He has been the 40th governor of California since 2019. Okay, he was born on the 10th of October. He's age 55. I find that interesting that Ron DeSantis is 44, Gavin Newsom is 55. They're both master number energies. What the hell is that? Is that just a car going off? That sounded a bit weird. Hell is that about? Okay. Well, he's either out of here or he's going somewhere. Gavin Newsom, right, they both master numerology numbers. He's a Libran. Okay, right, let's have a look at what he looks like. Apple pie is what I'm hearing. He's a very American apple pie type guy. That's not an insult. You could say to me, I'm a very Yorkshire pudding type of girl. You know, it's characteristic of the country. Okay, yeah, he's got that pearly whites. He's got the pearly whites. He's got the look, hasn't he? He's got the look. Is he slick? He looks as though he's quite slick to me. He's got the Brill cream in. He's got the smile. Okay, let's pull some cards for him. I've no idea whether people like him or dislike him. Let's see what deck he wants. Let's go this one. Interestingly, he doesn't want a tarot deck. And that says to me he doesn't play by the rules, because in a tarot deck, those of you that know tarot, there are the 21 major arcana. It's like each is a step, and you have to go through each step to get to the next step, and it's a journey from, you know, the Fool to the World, and you have to go through all of them, And it's like he doesn't want to go through all of the steps, is what I'm hearing. It's as though he would want to dodge some of the steps or try and evade some of the steps, or think that he doesn't have to do some of the steps. So there's a bit of a... I'm seeing him now a bit like a dancer with shoes, but it's like he's a bit slippery. It's as though... it's a bit ducking and diving, not slippery, ducking and diving a bit. Ducking and diving is what I'm feeling with his energy. Okay, Gavin Newsom, what is there to say? Not sure how grounded he is either, because I'm just feeling that. Okay, we've got the healing light. Do you know, and we've got happy success. There's part of me though, but there feels as though there's a little bit of a manipulative energy coming in here, which is that I'm wanting to use a deck that's only got really nice positive cards. Because that healing light, that gift, I feel as though he's showing himself in a very shiny, shiny light. He's just wanting you to see what he wants you to see. I think he likes the spotlight as well. That's what I'm feeling. He's showing you what he wants you to see. He's very turned on by power. He wants to be successful, but there's a bit of a vanity here. There's a vanity. Look at the open shirt showing off the chest. There's a vanity. Okay, but equally he is holding the light. Feels again like Ron. There's a part of him that is wanting to do it for the right reason. Yes, a light worker. They all are. But, you know, he's holding the light there. He's holding the light there as well. Two more cards, Gavin Newsom. I almost want to go to a tarot deck, which is sort of what I feel as though he wouldn't want me to do, because he doesn't want to go through all the steps. But I want to see a couple of tarot cards on this guy. Okay, let's have a look. Because I just feel as though he's presenting something. He's presenting as something, but he might be something else. Okay, let's have a look. Gavin Newsom. 3 cards from this deck I'm hearing. This deck is called the After Tarot, and it shows the moments just after an event. And that's where I feel he's always at. It's almost like he's either having to always keep explaining himself for something that he's already done. It's almost like he's always a couple of steps ahead of other people. Gavin Newsom. These two guys, it's interesting I wanted to start with them, not with Biden and Trump. I feel they're contenders for the future because we've got the King of Pentacles. Ron DeSantis was the King of Pentacles in a different deck. Gavin Newsom, King of Pentacles. There's a lot of outside noise, apologies. But he's got the Two of Swords, which is crossroads, trying to make a decision, and he's got the energy of Temperance. Is he healing from something? Is he healing from some sort of scandal? Is he waiting for something to blow over? Is he waiting for things to settle down again? That could be something here. But equally, the energy of crossroads, not totally decided whether he would want to run for president. Even if that's possible, I mean, the whole way that presidents are elected in the USA, it's about money, isn't it? And all the rest of it. It's more complicated than it is here. Here, it's literally just like you throw your hat into the ring, literally. I mean, not quite. Obviously, most of them have got money behind them, but it's a longer process in USA. So, yeah, he's definitely healing from something or waiting for the waters to be calmer. Tell me a little bit more about this Two of Swords energy with him. Gavin Newsom, Two of Swords. What is that about? Two of Swords. The Moon. Yeah, there's something There's something we can't quite see with him. It could be also that the lunar eclipse, I believe it's a solar eclipse that's coming up next week, that might bring things more to light. I know you've got some primary elections, is that what they're called? I can't remember what they're called. On 7th of November, is it? Maybe that's going to spur him on. There's something to do with moon phase here with him. But equally, there's something that he can't quite see, or we can't quite see about him. But he definitely sees himself as, you know, quite the winning combination. Look at that, you know, King of Pentacles and happy success. Right, show me his flaws. Yeah, let's get into the nitty gritty. Show me his flaws. Which deck shall we go to? Yeah, we'll go to this deck. Let's have a bit of fun with this, God's sake. Show me his flaws. Gavin Newsom. I don't know whether he's a bit OCD. I'm feeling everything's very regimented with him, very orderly. Everything has to be just so. That might be more in his personal life, but I think he's quite hard to work for as well. That might just be because he's got high standards. Victim mentality. Crikey, we don't want that. This must be a personal energy, because it's really interesting. I wouldn't have thought that, because it's what I'm saying. You know, this is like the man who presents himself a certain way, but look inside, there's a victim energy there. Remember, the leaders, our leaders represent aspects of us. So there's a bit of a victim archetype there. Might also be that he stands up for the downtrodden in our society, which is a good thing. But equally, is there an energy here of, does he really think he can do it, is what I'm wanting to say. Does he really think he can do it? You know, this is not a particularly helpful energy, is it? This is his flaw. It might just be his own personal stuff, but equally, if he's going to come into a prominent position, let's have one more card to go with victim mentality. Let's have a tarot card to go with that. Gavin Newsom's flaws. I really think behind the scenes I'm not saying he's totally. I'm seeing him behind the scenes being a bit James Gordon. To bring it up to speed with a current example. I don't know whether he's very nice behind the scenes. We've got the Empress. A flaw, the Empress. Does he really believe he can deliver the growth? Does he really believe he can bring fertility back to USA? This is my Statue of Liberty card. I don't like those two cards as his flaw. To have an Empress as a flaw. Let's have one more. Why have we got the Empress as a flaw? Gavin Newsom. Has he got a weakness with women? Has he got an issue with his wife? If he's married? Has he got trouble at home? Gavin Newsom. I don't know what this is, guys, but this is not great. Seven of Cups. And the Five of Wands. Teamwork and not quite knowing where to put his energies. I just need to look at this guy's personal life. I think there's something here with regard to his personal life that I'm not understanding. Let me just see. Definitely feels as though there's something behind the scenes going on. I don't know, guys. It's not coming up straight away, so... He's a San Franciscan. Oh, he was born in San Francisco, sorry. He's Catholic. Describes himself as an Irish Catholic. Taking politics out of it completely, just in terms of the two characters. I've said that when I used to do my readings on political leaders, and I would always use the term, or I would always ask myself, who would I prefer to be in a room with? And I think I'd prefer to be in a room with Ron than Gavin. And I don't really know why, but it's just a gut feel. Take of that what you will. Right. Let's now do, should we do Trump? Let's do Trump. What deck does Trump want? Yes, of course he wants that one. This is my Boris deck. Boris and Trump, very much two peas in the pod as far as I'm concerned. Oops. He wants the Lionsgate tarot deck. That's why I said that, because this is my Boris deck. Okay, but Trump's energy wants this one. Okay. Let me just clear the energy of those two, because I feel as though we've got new and old. So I don't mean that disrespectfully, but I feel as though Gavin and Ron are up and coming, and I think Trump and Joe are existing, aren't they? They're the existing current status quo. So let's just bring a bit of clearing energy in. Let's have a white spray before we go any further. So I know you've got the January the 6th sessions going on at the moment. And Donald Trump, a very divisive figure. Some people love him, some people really don't. Let's have a drink. I flip-flopped on Trump, I have to be honest, over the last few years, in terms of my thoughts on him. Now, if I'm honest, I don't really have a lot of thoughts, because I don't give a lot of attention to it. I feel there's so much circus around his energy, and there's so much division, and it's like you're either for or you're against, and I don't know, I'm just not really into any of it. There's a card that's just flipped out. Should we see what it is? The Five of Pentacles. Well, he would say he's been locked out of power. The High Priestess. The Five of Pentacles is the card of being excluded from the high table, being excluded from what you wish to be, where you wish to be. But I will read on him politically, but I also think this is something, again, there's something going on in his relationship, because I know Baron is now a much older boy. I think he's about 6 foot something, isn't he? But I'm feeling that these two there's a woman and a boy, are the ones represented. Trump's desire for power again, position again, authority again, presidency again, is locking out some members of his family who are not with him as they had been previously, who are turning away from it. It's as though we supported you once, we're not sure we want to support you again. This is irrespective of whether it's even an option. This is just energies that I'm reading. We have the High Priestess, and I have to say that those of you that watched my video from 2 years ago with Biden and Harris, one of the things I said about Kamala Harris was, I was just reading the numerology of her name, and I looked at the symbolism of her name, and it represents the lotus flower. And here we've got a lotus flower, and the thing about the lotus flower is that it has to grow through mud. Some lotus flowers never actually make it out of the mud. We'll look at her in a moment, but I feel as though there's what I'm picking up here is I feel there's an energy against him from Kamala Harris. I feel that she's the high priestess here that's also trying to keep him out. I don't particularly like the energy of this, I have to say. I feel as though there are... Let me just pull one more card before I say anything. Oh, okay, well, that's just flown out. 9 of Cups. Let me have one more card, please, just to confirm what I'm picking up here. Oh, yeah, I'm... Right. She is doing everything behind the scenes to make sure that his dream, the 9 of Cups, ends in defeat. To be perfectly honest, again, from a UK perspective, just watching from afar, hardly hear anything of her. When you do, it doesn't seem like she says much or does much. Just like, where the hell is she? If she's the lotus flower, she seems to be deeply in the mud still. It's like she's not there. But behind the scenes, because the high priestess is working behind the scenes, there's something going on here where she's trying to bring about his ending. This is Trump we're talking about, but yeah, this is about her. Her and him seem to have some sort of past life connection, is what I'm picking up. They've been adversaries before in past lives. Yeah. Show me the energy of Harris and Trump before in past lives. Show me the energy of Harris and Trump before in past lives. Wow, bloody hell. Oh, wow. A couple. God, I don't even ever want to say this. I'm just going to show you what the cards show a couple united who acquired a lot of money together. A union. The cards show a union and an inheritance. They've worked together before in previous lives. This time they are on opposing sides of the political fence. They are enemies. I don't know what Trump did to her in a previous life, but she wants his blood. Not literally. She wants his demise. Okay, that is a very strange old energy that I've just tapped into there. I really was not expecting that. Okay, I'm going to go keep with this past life. I've now got a pain in my stomach there. I've literally got a pain in my stomach there. One of them, nightmare, nightmares. There's unfinished business between these two. Cool, blimey. There's a karmic energy between the two of them, and it feels as though he's having to pay back for something he did to her in a previous life. That's what I'm feeling. Did he stab her in the back in a previous life? Did he run off with some money? I don't know. Show me the energy, the past life that I'm tapping into here, please, Metatron. Yeah, there's the Ace of Cups and the Ten of Wands. Show me what he was in a past life with regards to her. Show me what he was in a past life with regards to her. Show me what he was in a past life with regards to her. Oh, blimey, look. 7 of Cups. He did one over on her. he left her out in the cold. The Five of Pentacles. Maybe they were a power couple in a previous life, and he took all the glory. What was she to him in a previous life? What was she to him in a previous life? Okay, we've got the Six of Pentacles. What was she to him in a previous life? She thought it was a relationship of equals. She was the Queen of Wands. Wow, okay. Yeah, she was a queen. I mean, not literally. Queen is an archetypal energy of a strong, powerful, sovereign woman. He did one over on her in a previous life. She's back to collect her dues. He needs to watch his back with regard to her. Okay, let's get back to Trump. Let's have a look at Trump's energy at this time. Let's go to a completely clear deck that I haven't read from before. Let's go to this deck. One of my favourite decks, the Japanese Tarot. Donald Trump. Oh no, Trump wanted the... Sorry. Trump wanted the Lion's Gateway Tarot, didn't he? Okay, let's... Hold on, guys. Hold on. The energy's all over the place. Let me just ground. Let me just ground the decks. See which one we're meant to use here. It's important I get it right, because that was just a bit of a curveball that came in about past life stuff. I want to get back to present day, please, Metatron. Present day, which deck to use for Trump? It's just a really strange noise now coming from my candle. Okay, my candle was just making an odd noise. And that happened last time I read on Trump. I had candles doing weird things. Right, sorry, which deck to use for Trump? Is this the right deck? No. Is this the right deck? No. Is this the right deck? Yes, it was the one that I originally started with. Okay, God's sake. Going round in circles, guys. Show me the energy of Trump now. 20th of October, 2022. Going forward, the energy of Trump as it is now, as he is now. That was really hard to get up. King of Cups, and it's the sun that's fallen out upside down. He's feeling very emotional. He still feels like he's the king though. But the sun is upside down. The sun is the card of power and light. He's feeling very emotional. We've got the Ten of Wands. It's too hard. Don't want to carry on. But the Four of Pentacles is the, from his perception, the solid base that he's created, the foundation that he's created, the support that he's created. But it feels like a very heavy burden right now to carry on. But he has got strength on the bottom of the deck, which is urging him on, as is the Queen of Cups, which would be Melania, the King and Queen of Cups. The Lion urging him on, even though the sun is not there. Remember, the sun, tarot card, the sun, represents children. It's that youthful vigour. He's an older man. He's an older man than he was when he first came on the scene politically. But but he's being given some strength. Show me his energy going forward, please. Trump, show me his energy going forward. The Eight of Wands and Judgment. I guess this is to do with January the 6th hearings. There is a judgment to be passed upon him, and it's coming in quite quick. I also feel as though this Strength card is giving him the courage to face the judgment on him. Taking it away from Trump for a moment, what I said with regards to Liz Truss, our current Prime Minister, might not be by the time you watch this video, but I put a post up on Instagram and Facebook a few days ago after the video I did on here, where I basically said, please remember she's a human being, and that to be humiliated on the public stage, which is what's happening to her at the moment. Every single policy that she put in place is being U-turned on. She's probably going to be ousted. It's total humiliation to be a Prime Minister of a country like the UK for only 50 days, which is probably what's going to happen. I said, please remember she's a human being, and to be kind and to be compassionate, because the wounded lion, you know, I feel he's a bit like the wounded lion. But Spirit loves all of us, whoever we are, irrespective of politics, irrespective of what we've done. Spirit loves all of us. And if Spirit can love all of us, we need, as divine human beings, when we are in alignment to our spiritual truth, to remember that all people, whoever they are deserving of love and deserving of kind thoughts, which encompasses the energy of forgiveness as well. Many people love him to start with anyway, and would be very happy to give him strength. But I'm talking here to the people that don't like Trump. It's important that you try to go into your heart, that if he goes down, that you don't add to the chorus of bullying voices that we had at the start, which is about all sorts of things in USA, that just brings the whole energy of the whole country down. So judgment is coming for him. Can he be president again? Can he be president again? Will he be president again? Based on current timelines, as I'm reading this today, can he be president again? Sorry, I keep going can and will. Interesting, can and will are two different questions. Can he? Will he? Is he going to be blocked? We've got the Empress on the bottom of the deck. USA, Statue of Liberty, can he? And will he are different questions. He might be stopped because he can't. Maybe he's not allowed to because of something that comes out of the hearing. Will he is a different question. Right, that one's just flipped out. The Page of Wands and the Two of Pentacles. I feel as though you've got another bloody King of Pentacles. How many kings do you need in your country, you know? Oh, God. Yeah, I mean, he's a bit like what I was saying about Ron earlier. At the moment, despite the bluster and what you see when he walks onto a stage where he's got himself into that energy, it's a bit like Freddie Mercury used to say. Freddie Mercury, when he went on stage, was not the Freddie Mercury that you saw a day before the event. Freddie Mercury would have to, you know, pump himself up a bit, get himself into the vibe of being Freddie Mercury. It was a bit of an act, although it wasn't. It was also part of who he was. This is what you see with Trump. When he goes onto the stage, he wants to present himself as the King of Pentacles, but he's feeling much more like the Page of Wands. And it's because of everything that's happened to him over the last couple of years. So there's Two of Pentacles. Can he, will he? Okay, it's not clear because the judgment is not yet in. My camera is about to die as I'm talking about him, and that's interesting because it's supposedly plugged into a source, but it says I'm about to lose power. I'm about to lose power. I realise what I've just said. So certainly not clear cut for him. Right, I'm going to charge up my battery and I'm going to come back and I'm going to have a look at Kamala Harris and then we're going to have a look at Biden and then we'll have a wrap up. I realise this video's got a bit long anyway. Okay, just pause the camera. I've got to charge it up. Bye for now. Hello again, it's Amanda. I've had my lunch. I'm back in the space between when you last saw me half an hour ago and now. We've just lost the UK Prime Minister, Liz Truss. She's just resigned. And the interesting thing about it is that she has been forced out. She's resigned after 44 days in the job. That number was flashing at me because of what we're doing here with this video. 44 is the age of Ron DeSantis. So I feel as though the 44 energy is passing to him. And I feel as though Ron is the one to watch for the future. And it doesn't mean that I think he'll then be out of power in 44 days. I just feel as though there's a message here with those 44s. He's definitely one to watch, Ron DeSantis. Okay, I'm going to now do a reading on Biden and Kamala Harris. I think we'll start with Joe Biden. And I'm just wondering which deck to use for him. So this one. Okay, the last time I read on Joe was just before the election. I predicted that he would win, which he did. If you believe it was stolen, that's obviously your prerogative. But the fact is he is in power in the White House. So I was correct there. And I also predicted that he would have to step down during his first term because of ill health. I'm quite surprised that he's still in power, to be honest. I thought he would have stepped down by now. The decline in his health that I saw 2 years ago, or was predicting 2 years ago, is now very evident, I think, to most people. Growing difficulty with his mental faculties, inability to be able to communicate, articulate. A lot of it is scripted that he's reading. There's some very concerning behaviour where he's like confused, walking off stage, we've all seen it. And I'm surprised somebody hasn't stepped in yet to ask him to step down. I don't even know if that's possible in your country. But anyway, that's what I saw, that he would have to step down and that Kamala would take over. Before we do anything, let's just see if that's still a possibility within the first term, shall we? Let's just ask that question before we even get going. Okay, we've got the Four of Pentacles, which has just fallen out of the deck. And we've got the Four of Wands on the bottom of the deck. 4-4, 44 again. Interesting, Liz Truss has just been forced to resign because she really didn't want to resign. After 44 days, we've now got 4-4. Is this a sign that somebody within his own cabinet, if that's what you call it, is going to step in and demand that he steps down because of his health? But he's clinging on to it. He's clinging on to power. Look at that. He's clinging on to the power. The Grim Reaper there, wanting to take away the power, but he's still focused on the vision. He still wants to be, in this beautiful energy, which is all about, vision for the future and, just vision for the future, basically. And he wants to bring, the good times back, etc. But we have got the Grim Reaper there. The Grim Reaper doesn't have to be death, physical death. It's just the death of what I was asking about, which is his premiership. So he's dodging it, to be perfectly honest. He's dodging the fact that he hasn't been asked to step down yet. Or even if he has, he's refused. Let me have another 2 cards because then we've got the 4 energy. Will Joe Biden be forced to step down or be removed from power for whatever reason before the end of his first term? We have the 8 of Wands. Sorry, the 8 of Swords, sorry. With the 9 of Pentacles. Well, we have another 4 though on the bottom of the deck. The 4 of Swords, which can indicate illness. It's a card of illness. Can be a card of illness. It's an interesting combination of cards because this one, the Eight of Swords, would indicate that he has the power to remove himself, that he feels very trapped on a bad day and not really wanting to do the job or not feeling up to the job, or people around him feeling that. He could easily remove himself from it, but yet this is sort of saying that there's still work to do. There's still things that need to be done. So I'm not feeling a big energy of that happening, but if it were to happen, it would be through health. Okay, right. Let's park that for one moment. Let us now go back in. I think I'll stick with this deck for a minute. And let's just ask about his general energy at this time. So, Joe Biden. I was hearing the phrase "yal." Not something you'll ever hear me say again. Yal? I don't say yal. I was hearing that. So I don't know whether he says that or that's what I'm hearing. Okay, Joe Biden. Let's get serious. Okay, those two like that in the middle. Let's take them and see what they are. The King of Swords. Yeah, this is what he is. He's the leader and he's appearing as the King of Swords. But 10 of Wands. Finding it a struggle to be that. This is all about the mind. The Swords, King of Swords is all about the analytical mind. But he's finding it hard work to maintain that. And the Hierophant is the card of the leader. It's the government of the day. It's all of that. Okay, what else is to say? Joe Biden. I've never noticed this on this card before. I've never noticed this. I don't know why I've never noticed it. It must have been there the whole time. The king has got a crown on his head, but yet there's another crown at his feet with a sword through it, as though it's waiting to be placed on a new person's head. And I'm hearing the words "a new person's head," a person that hasn't had the crown yet. It's very Excalibur. I mean, I was saying in the UK reading that I felt within the UK there was going to be a return to the King Arthur energy. And there was the potentiality of the King Arthur energy being a fractal within all of us, whichever country we come from. And King Arthur stood for values of decency and loyalty and, you know, the Knights of the Round Table and the Round Table, consensus, not hierarchy, totally new type of politics and leadership. And I feel as though the crown, you know, the symbol of leadership is waiting for that person to arise in America too. And it feels as though this is Biden sort of... it's interesting, he's not even seems to be aware that this other crown is at his feet. So it's as though he's on the throne. I know that's not what you call it, but you know, he's in the seat of power, but yet his mind's off here. But there's somebody coming to claim, and it's not Trump. That's not what I'm feeling here. I'm not feeling it's Trump, it's somebody very new. Anyway, let's get back to Biden. Anything else to say about Biden? Again, like Ron DeSantis had the butterfly, okay? Here we've got, can you see? We've got the butterfly. Going back to the beginning of my video, the rune, transformation, dark night of the soul. He's there because he's meant to be there at this time to bring things to light, to be somebody that other people can rail against, etc. It's everything that I've tried to explain in this video so far. We've got the energy of temperance on the bottom of the deck. That was the card. Somebody else had that card. Was it Gavin Newsom? I think it was. But anyway, temperance, healing. Okay, let's see what his flaws are. These cards, come on. Behave yourselves. Let me see. Okay, I couldn't even get the words out. We've got the Three of Swords, which is the card of endings. I'm going to go to another deck. There's an ending for him coming up. Joe Biden, show me his flaws, please. Or show me where his flaws are. Bloody hell. Okay. The Devil and the card of Fates. Fates is card number 10. Which would be the Wheel of Fortune, I believe, in this deck. Let me just double check that. The Devil card, I'm sure many of you know what the Devil card represents. It doesn't have to be the horned devil. It's not necessarily he's beholden to the devil. I know some people will want that interpretation and you'll think that whatever I say now anyway. But this is also linked into, I'm going on what this book says, which the card belongs to. It says conscious bondage, dwelling in the grip of the material world, enthralled by the lure of the senses. This is linked into the love of money, in particular. It was linked into all of the things that the devil can seduce you into. Don't really want to go too much further in this video on that. I think it's pretty self-explanatory. Let me just see what this card X is. I just want to double check. It says an unexpected yet positive twist in the game of life. So the fates preside over the fate of humanity and gods alike. The oldest stories state that they are fatherless daughters of Nyx, the primeval goddess of night. This is traditionally the Wheel of Fortune, but here on a similar thread we have the fates. They are the embodiment of the thread of life as well as the presiding forces over it. Each of them play an important role in constructing the predetermined course of events. So these three figures, one is called Clotho, the spinner. She spins the thread of life and presides over the present. Laches is the allotter, who measures the length of each human life and presides over the future. And Atropis, the inflexible, cuts the thread of life, presiding over the past. So we have the past, the present, and the future. The lower world, the upper world, space in between. Indicates a shifting of events, usually for the better. Okay. I need to open the windows, guys. It's got really stuffy in here. Hold on. Bear with me. That's interesting as well. The three fates, past, present and future. I've just opened my windows. I've got three ladybugs, I think you call them ladybugs in America, on my windows. Let me just see what ladybug's meaning is. Cultures around the world see ladybugs as a very positive influence. They're often tied to love, prosperity and good luck. So it's a good luck omen. Oh God, I don't know, guys. I'm getting a headache here just trying to work this out because I know there's so many different interpretations of this. What am I picking up? I'm picking up that Biden is the King of Swords. He's on the current throne. He is in mental decline. He's finding it hard to carry on. There feels as though there's going to be an ending. We have the devil energy at play. We also have a destined event. Let me pull a clarifying card on the devil. to go with Wheel of Fortune. Joe Biden, why have we got the devil energy? The Five of Cups and the Six of Swords. None of these are particularly positive cards for him. They indicate a moving away, being locked out or disappointed. He's the hardest to read on, and I'm going to leave it there because I just want to protect my energy a bit. I'm not liking the energy. I tried to record this 4 times, and I did try and read on him before, and what came up was that it's like his energy was fighting mine, and there was an energy at play here which was not wanting me to read on it. Probably his, actually, and I sort of had a little negotiation with Metatron. He said no, read on it. But I don't like this energy at all, so I'm going to move on from it. I will tell you that before he was elected, one of my daughters, who was 15 at the time and who's a real crystal kid, she said to me, she didn't like either of the candidates, let's put it that way, really. Their energy is what she was picking up, and she doesn't really know much about politics. She was just going on, what she felt. But when Biden got in, she said, yeah, I don't particularly like him, but he was better than the other one. So make of that what you will. I don't think either of them are cut from particular great cloths. I think it's the old bird, and I think that we need the new bird to come in. Have I got the energy to do Kamala Harris? Come on. It's a bit of a marathon, this. Let's do it. Let's try and do Kamala as well. It's like he zapped all my energy out of me. Kamala Harris. What is this? This energy is not good. Hold on, guys. I need to clear this energy. You see, it doesn't have to be Biden's energy. I was talking about the people behind Biden. What is this energy that I'm tapping into here, please? Moving forward. Emptied. Oh, yeah. This is just... Take it away from the politics now, please. He's representing an aspect that is in the American psyche that is feeling completely and utterly empty. The card of emptiness. The card of complete and utter confusion. The ending and the beginning lie at either side of the same door. Confusion, growth hurts, heals and harnesses a way through the uncertainty. This is literally like shipwrecked. This is the energy I'm feeling. It's just like complete rock bottom. And it's the country. And he just happens to be the one at the top at the moment. So of course he's going to, what I'm tapping into, it's not just him. It's where the country's at. And that devil energy is like chained. The devil trying to stop the country from moving forward to a brighter horizon. And it says the first step is taken within our stillness. So we send a prayer up then, please, to guide the American people, to guide its leaders, to release the shackles from the past, to release the devil energy across the land, to bring in the light, to bring the light in, to illuminate, to guide, and to help the country take the steps forward. Amen. Okay, right. Kamala, we're going to end on her. Let's hope she's a bit better. Let's see. Let's pull a couple of cards from here. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Ah, great. Deception. And discovery. The 2 Ds. Mining for gold. Would stab you in the back to get to where she wants to be. Okay. Deceptive energy. Letting go. And the energy of fear. This is also the energy of somebody standing on the cliff face, needing to take a step forward out of fear, learning that they can symbolically fly. Okay? Come to the edge, he said, we are afraid. Come to the edge, he said, we are afraid. Come to the edge, he said. He pushed them and they flew. It's that type of energy. So she has not found her true power. She feels as though she's frightened almost, like the startled rabbit, of the one who finds themselves where they are. I feel as though she hasn't found who she is. I do feel there's a deceptive energy with her. This card of letting go. Let me have a look at what that one is about with her. Letting go. Why have we got the card of letting go for Kamala Harris? Playing it safe. Yeah, it's interesting because also behind a mask, her whole energy seems to be, where the hell is she? You know, what's she doing? Has she done anything? I mean, I'm sure she has, but that's the perception that's out there. It's like playing it so safe that she doesn't say anything, she doesn't do anything, she doesn't take a step, she's not stepping forward. She's hiding behind a mask. It may also be that she's not fully on board with the policies of the Biden administration. She doesn't like the way it's happening. So she feels as though she's deceiving herself as well. That could be part of it. But I feel as though if she's the lotus flower, she's still thick in the mud of it all. She hasn't come up from the silt, and she certainly hasn't found her own golden self. But again, she's reflective of the country, that it hasn't found itself either, in terms of the new energy that I'm channeling that wants to come in. Okay, let's pull a couple of tarot cards for her. I'm speeding this up just to get through it because my energy is flagging now. Let's go for it. Come on. Push through this. Kamala Harris. What are we going to ask the cards? Does she have a future political career? I think is the question, really. So can she become president? Can Kamala Harris become president? Can Kamala Harris become president? She's got destiny on her side and fate, which was the card that was that Biden had in his load. It seems to be that her and him are intrinsically tied. Joe's fate and her fate are interlinked. It feels as though if something fated happens to him, and it probably would be his health, yes, there is an element here where she could step into power, which is what I saw 2 years ago. 10 of Wands, 10 of Swords, yes, it comes about via an ending. And it comes about via an ending of the Emperor. An ending of the Emperor, which is Joe. In this deck, the Emperor card is the card of war. So it comes about through that. It might also be linked into Joe's possible demise. Comes in when we are in the energy of war, which we are in now, the Russia-Ukraine war. Okay. Let me see. I mean, I think what her flaws are quite evident from the cards that have already come out. It's like you haven't really seen who she is yet. You might be saying we don't want to see Amanda, but I'm feeling as though there's more to this woman than what we have seen so far. Oh, God. Okay. Show me her flaws. Other than what we've seen. Then we're going to wrap all this up. Kamala Harris, show me her flaws. Yeah, her flaw is weird. Four of Fire. This is the Four of Wands card. It's as though she doesn't really want it. Really interesting. She's like vice president, and it's like, I'm not sure I really want it now. It's odd. Whether this is just a fear thing. So we've got Biden clinging on. I can't remember where the cards are now. We had all those 4 energies. I think we had Biden with 4. Anyway, I was feeling Biden wanted to cling on because of the vision of what he wants to do. But here with this woman, it's like her fear is actually stepping into her true power. Because the 9 of Swords, you see, and the 2 of Gardens, and then the card of Strength. Yeah, I mean, 9 of Winds, 9 of Swords, this is the anxiety, this is the stress. 2 of Gardens, 2 of Pentacles. I don't know which choice to make. I don't know whether I really want it. And then it's the Strength energy coming in. You can do it. When we were talking about the past life connection with her and Trump, he had the lion comforting him. And now we've got the lion with her. Oh my goodness, guys. I'm going to leave it there. I'm just going to pull a couple of final cards for the USA because this was never going to be a totally clear-cut energy because you're in Pluto return, okay? It's going to be messy. Rebirth and transformation by nature is messy. So let's get some guidance from Metatron here in terms of the best way for you to be holding your own energy at this time. For the American people. Okay, beautiful. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We have the energy of Guardian Angel, remembering that you have your Guardian Angel. We have the energy of the Earth Guardian, which is also reminding you that the Earth itself is protected. Your patch of Earth is protected. It's guidance for you to stay rooted and to stay grounded and to stay surrounded by the colour green. The colour green is also the colour of balance and harmony and healing and growth. It's the colour of the heart chakra. Stay in your heart, stay grounded, stay rooted. And then we have the energy of the Knight. You are the Knight. You are the Knight. Where's that card of Biden's where he's stand there? This is him, okay? He's the one currently in power. He's waiting for somebody to come and put on the crown. You're the one. It's you. You're the Knights of the Round Table. This is exactly what it is. You are the Knights of the Round Table. You are the ones who are meant to work together with each other to bring this new bird, this new consciousness into being. And we have the energy of the Rose, the Mary Magdalene energy, the Divine Feminine as well. Beautiful energy. Be the Knight. Be brave. Be honest. Be true. Look at the qualities of that beautiful Knight. That's who you are. That's what you're being guided to do. And remember at the outset, USA also had the energy of Father God watching over and also reminding you that you are the wise one. 3 Little Birds, Bob Marley, go and play that. Everything is going to be all right. God, what a marathon. Hope you enjoyed this, guys. Please like, please share if you did. Thank you for all your support. Thank you always for all your support. Thank you also for your donations. Thank you for the purchase of sprays. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I appreciate you. Much love. Take care. I'll be back soon. I'm now going to go and see what the hell is happening in my own country, and we'll see who's going to be our next Prime Minister. But equally, understanding that we all have to play our part in the change that we want to see in the world. Bye for now. Bye.